What is mindfulness? You've probably heard people talking about mindfulness. Mindfulness is good for your health. Mindfulness can help you overcome stress. Mindfulness can help you cope with depression and anxiety. You may have even heard that mindfulness-based stress reduction helps treat specific illnesses. So, what is it? Welcome to the Mindful Restart. My name is Damien Lamar. I'm a simultaneous professional multipotentialite and serial entrepreneur. As a lifelong learner with a passion for personal development, I've reinvented myself many times over, from the stage to corporate America, all the way to entrepreneurship. I'm on a mission to help people slow down and be more mindful by living their life with purpose through the knowledge I've gained over the years and by sharing some of my own personal experiences. The goal of the Mindful Restart is to support the conscious collective in achieving greater mental clarity, which will help us reconnect to our inner spirit, get unstuck when needed, and sweep out the inner cobwebs in our thinking. On this podcast, I'll cover a wide range of topics, including how to gain better clarity and mindfulness, and find focus in times of distraction. And I may even offer insight to help you get the courage to restart when you need it. According to the National Center of Complementary and Integrative Health, or NCCIH, mindfulness means maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and surrounding environment. Mindfulness encourages us to be more aware of our thoughts and feelings, rather than ignoring them or pushing them away. It can help you recognize negative thought patterns to stop them before they spiral into something worse. Mindfulness also helps us make room for positive emotions such as joy and gratitude. So even if you just sit still for 5 minutes each day to focus on the positive things in your life, you're practicing mindfulness. At its core, mindfulness means being present in your body and aware of yourself and your environment. It means focusing on the here and now instead of past events or future worries. And it means knowing that even though you may feel stressed or anxious, you can't do anything about the past or the future. So it's okay to let go of those feelings for now. When you're mindful, you can notice how your body feels when things get stressful or when you start to feel depressed and anxious. That's incredibly important because it allows you to create a buffer between yourself and those stressful situations. Over time, that buffer gets more robust, making you more resilient in the face of work deadlines or relationship troubles. And that resilience can help you live a happier life. Think of it this way. When you were a child, did you ever lie down in the grass and stare at the clouds? If so, then congrats. You have practiced mindfulness. But don't worry if you haven't. Mindfulness is a skill anyone can learn with practice, no matter their age or background. And like any skill, practice takes time and effort. Practicing mindfulness can allow you to see thoughts as just thoughts rather than facts. In fact, mindfulness has been shown to reduce stress levels and reduce symptoms of depression by increasing self-awareness. Did you know there are 2 types of mindfulness? I recently read an excerpt in Noise and Health. Andrew Heed mentioned using mindfulness to reduce the health effects of community reaction to aircraft noise. Research has confirmed that enabling people to disconnect from their own dysfunctional thoughts can practice 2 types of mindfulness: meta-mindfulness and supra-mindfulness. Let's explore them. Meta-mindfulness involves directing your attention to your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations. This technique is an active form of mindfulness, which involves paying attention on purpose to thoughts, feelings, and body sensations in ways that suspends judgments. Supra mindfulness is considered a passive form of mindfulness, which involves letting go of thoughts, feelings, and body sensations and allowing them to arise without judgment. This type of mindfulness is also known as non reactivity or non judgment. To find balance in all areas of life, it's important to be able to connect and understand ourselves more clearly. When people talk about mindfulness, they often mean mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is a form of mindfulness that has been practiced for over 2,500 years. Meditation focuses on breathing and increasing awareness of your thoughts and feelings. While mindfulness meditation is beneficial to your mental health, there are other simple practices you can incorporate into your life without spending time meditating. Here are a few simple practices for implementing mindfulness into your daily routines that you can use to enhance your life. Take note of your thoughts. Thoughts are not facts or reality. They are thoughts passing through our minds like clouds in the sky. These thoughts come from past experiences, education, social conditioning, and many other factors. This means that you shouldn't necessarily believe everything you think because it pops in your head. The first step to incorporating this practice into your daily routine is to notice when you have a thought. For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic, you might think, that person is an idiot. Notice that the thought came up, but don't spend too much time thinking about it or engaging with that thought. The more often you notice these thoughts, let them pass through your mind without attaching meaning to them or acting on them. This way, they have less power over your consciousness and your behavior. Oftentimes, anxiety comes from worrying about what might happen in the future or ruminating on the past, rather than focusing on what's happening right now. Noticing a thought pop up without judging it or getting caught up in it can help decrease anxious thinking patterns. Pay attention. The clue to mindfulness is right here in the name, mindfulness. To be mindful is to bring attention back to your thoughts and emotions without judgment or any need to change them. When we're able to focus our attention on the present moment, many of us find it difficult not to be caught up in ruminations about the past or worries about the future. So when you're practicing mindfulness, it's essential that you don't beat yourself up if you get distracted. Instead, gently bring your attention back each time it wanders off. It will wander repeatedly, and that's okay. Settle into an observing position where you watch your thoughts and reactions from a distance instead of engaging with them as if they were real life. Sit in silence. When was the last time you took some time to sit in silence? Mindfulness practices can help you deal with the stresses of life, but it's essential to practice them in your everyday life. One simple way is to sit by yourself without distractions. You don't have to do this for long. 5 minutes is a good starting point. Make sure you're comfortable. You should be sitting or lying down and able to relax your body to avoid unnecessary tensions or discomfort. If possible, find a quiet place where nothing, or as little as possible, will distract you. If that's not possible, turn off any noisy appliances and let those around you know not to disturb you while you're meditating. Once you've found your peaceful spot, focus on slowing down your breathing to feel natural and relaxed. Let go of any thoughts in your head and listen to the sound of your breath. Now, observe your breath flowing in and out gently. If something distracts you, an itch, a noise, a car driving down the street, take note of it briefly. Then return your attention to your breathing until your meditation practice is over. Find peace in your body. The first step to cultivating mindfulness is learning to relax and breathe. The easiest way to do this is sit with your back straight and your eyes closed. You could use a chair or the floor. The point is that you're in a comfortable position in which it's easy for you to focus on your breathing. As you inhale and exhale, allow yourself to feel each breath moving through your body. Consider using a guided meditation app or an audio recording if you have some trouble focusing. This will help guide your attention toward breathing as you listen to other people's voice calmly describe what's happening as they breathe it out themselves. If you can trust that person not to lead you astray, listening can be practical mindfulness training. Regardless of how you practice mindfulness, remember it takes time. Even the Dalai Lama didn't become enlightened overnight. Be patient with yourself as you work on improving your ability to be mindful in everyday life. Work on setting aside just 5 minutes every day for mindful training when you get started. Meditate. One of the most popular and effective ways to practice mindfulness is through meditation. Often associated with Buddhist-style sitting meditation, mindfulness can be practiced in a variety of ways. Guided meditations, where an individual listens to a pre-recorded guide, also gain popularity. Counting breaths, noticing the feelings of your body on the floor or the chair you're sitting on, focusing your attention on one object for short periods of time. All these are effective methods for cultivating a sense of awareness and inner calmness. Take 5 minutes, sit quietly, and silently observe yourself to begin practicing meditation. You can do this once in the morning, before bedtime at first, or any time that works best for you. As you gain confidence and feel more comfortable with what you're doing each day, gradually increase your practice from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. You'll notice its positive effects: increased productivity, creativity, greater awareness throughout the day, and lower stress levels. It might even help improve your sleep. Be present when you're eating. One of the simplest ways to practice mindfulness is to focus on what you're eating and take your time with it. Instead of shoveling food in your mouth with hardly any thought about what you're doing, begin noticing things like how your food tastes and feels in your mouth as you chew. Mindfulness doesn't have to be serious or complicated, especially when eating. The point is to foster a better relationship between your mind, body, and physical experience. You don't need any fancy skills or training. Just be present when you're eating or drinking and enjoy the moment. Keep a journal. Benefits of journaling include emotional release and a record of your thoughts. You could use a physical notebook or a digital journaling app to keep your journal. You could use it as a gratitude journal, personal diary, or a place to record your thoughts for later analysis. The act of writing things out will help you think about them with more depth and clarity than if you were only thinking about them in your head. Practice mindfulness every day, even if it's just a minute or two at a time. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes, and the easier it will be to use in stressful times. Practicing mindfulness can take as little as 1 minute. Mindfulness is paying attention on purpose in the present moment without judgment. One way to practice mindfulness is to stop what you're doing and notice the sensations of breathing. Breathe in, then out. Notice how your body feels when you do this. Did you know that you can also practice mindfulness in simple activities such as brushing your teeth or flossing? The next time you do these everyday routines, notice what happens. When you actually pay attention to it on purpose without judging yourself for being wrong when you inevitably get distracted. Other ways include setting a timer for 5 minutes, sitting somewhere comfortable and quiet, or wherever you are, closing your eyes or not, and noticing whatever thoughts and feelings drift through your mind without trying to change them or judge them in any way. Just gently redirecting your focus back to your breath whenever the attention wanders off. If it's hard for you at first, don't worry. It takes practice. So keep practicing each day by spending even just 1 minute noticing what's going on inside your head while taking mindful breaths. If all that happens is that some thoughts come up, maybe judging yourself for not being able to do it right, then just give yourself some compassion and notice those thoughts. You'll find that these small moments add up over time. They'll help improve self-awareness and reduce your overall stress. And they'll also be there when needed most during high times of stress. There is always more to learn about mindfulness, so don't feel like you need to know everything before you start practicing it. While mindfulness can be defined in many ways, and some people have many different ways of understanding it, there is no need to know everything before practicing it. You can get started today by simply paying attention to how you feel at this moment and by doing something enjoyable for yourself. In short, mindfulness is good for you. And while taking the time to sit and meditate the traditional way is beneficial, you can also integrate these practices into your daily life. They are simple, easy ways to be present in the world around you. So, why not have a mindful restart?